Keurig machine. So we're dealing with our only acceptable government-condoned drug called coffee. Actually, I can't say that anymore. So here's the general thing. We have lots of things which sit on our countertops and enjoy a lot of time with all the rest of our foods. That in general is not a good idea to have on your Pesach counter, which means, it comes back to the general rule. If you can afford to have something for Pesach, buy it and don't kasher it. Just a simple rule. A Keurig machine is $100, $150, right? I'm not being allowed on anybody's money, but it's just better to have a Pesach Keurig, and keep that for every year and not have to kasher it, because that's just a simpler thing, because inevitably this fellow is next to everything else that's going on, and I'm washing my dishes near it, and I'm doing my things like that. But if, let's say, I have no choice, and I woke up and it's 3 days before Pesach, and even Amazon is not going to help me at this point in time, so what do? So in this situation, I want to make sure, again, that the outside is very clean. So I'm doing a very careful clean on the outside, and all the places that things get splashed on is being cleaned down with Clorox and so on. The biggest issue is really over here is our spout itself. So if this one comes out, yeah, here we go. So our biggest issue is really this place, which is where all the hot water is coming through. A reminder that generally speaking, coffee itself is not a problem for Pesach. Most pure coffee is not a problem. What is a problem is decaf coffee. Decaf coffee is oftentimes decaffeinated using denaturalized some types of alcohol, and therefore most decaf is not kosher at Pesach. So one has to be careful if one is using pods which are decaf. That is therefore clearly not kosher at Pesach. Or just stomach could be using hot chocolates or flavored coffees. Those aren't necessarily kosher at Pesach. If that's the case, what I want to do is I want to make sure to clean this very carefully. Give it about 24 hours, noticing that it is, of course, plastic. So we're really on B'shas Hatzorech. Now, for some people, for the coffee drinkers, I'll say it's B'shas Hatzorech, right? Because we all need coffee. But again, that's when instant isn't doing its job, right? And we're at that stage, and we really need the Keurig, and we haven't managed to buy the Pesach one. I leave my 24 hours, and what I need to do is I would put it in and just get my click it back in. What I would want to do is put it into, it's ready to brew, take my boiling water, and I would put I know some people say this is a waste of a good cup of coffee, but this is a new one. Yeah, this is milk, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then what I would do is I would want to first brew a cup. I'm just going to make here we go. If it's possible to do it at the same time as possible, it's just you can't get the angle in. There's just no way to do that. Okay, so then we'll take another cup of coffee, and then what I'll do is I'll just make sure to do Hagala in this particular item itself. Okay, to kind of cover with boiling water, making sure I got it. I would just do it on all sides personally. Again, if you can get it out in the right way, I would just do it on both sides. So if you take it over the sink, you just put it like this, and again, this is after it's been had 24 hours to do its job, and you just give it a little bit of heat, and you're alright. Okay, so this will be my Hagala. That's the little cold water.
Are you doing it in your sink that's already been kashed for Pesach?
No, I'm not just my sink kashed. I did this before, or somewhere else that's not been kashed. Okay, so then this will be sufficient as well. Similarly, the same thing kind of goes for, let's say, hot pots over there. Let's say a hot pot like that, or if I have a cold. Water fountains can be cleaned, and the cold is no problem. Change the water container on it for Pesach or a kind of Erev Pesach. The hot one, some people say no. There's no. Why do I need to rely on kashering the hot faucet? But some people say no. It's fine. You would clean it, wait 24 hours, do the same thing we just did over here, pouring boiling water over it, and we are good. So.